What's going on, y'all? In this video, I want to give y'all my reaction to the Diddy documentary. So essentially, y'all, this shit is just painting Diddy in a bad light. It was executively produced by 50 Cent, and you know he got a vendetta toward Diddy. So everything in this shit, the narrative is going to be painted in a direction to make you look down on Diddy. This is like hearing from the part of the people that don't like somebody and you hearing their side of the story and they already don't like this person. So yeah, it was a lot of shit in there. It was a lot of violence. It was a lot of allegations. Of course, the nigga is in jail right now. He basically got accused and tried and convicted of certain charges, but not the really bad charges that he could have got a lot of time for. So they saying bro gonna be out in about 5 years. Actually, probably less than that, hopefully. And clearly I'm free Diddy, because goddamn it, I'm fucking freedom. Let's just be real. Freedom of this whole society, freedom for everybody. But when I really want to use this as a pure example for y'all to understand the occult and understand true freedom and understand natural law. So what the cops and the government can do that's legal, it's illegal for citizens to do. If citizens get caught doing the things that the government can do, rape, kill, and steal, then they get put in a fucking cage, which is the real hell. Jail is the real hell. The prison system is bad and as violent as it can get. Motherfuckers in there fighting to the death, brawls and rape. That shit is terrible. And you must understand it's going on 24/7 around the world. Meanwhile, the governors and the elites live good, luxurious, and outside of the loop of time 24/7 around the world. While we as citizens are living here in calendars, paying bills, working, striving, and trying to make money. So Diddy was just a young nigga from New York that went to college and had a dream to be a famous musician, to be a famous artist, to be really just a nigga with money, like all of us. So we shaming people is shaming Diddy because of all of these horrific acts. First off, my main thoughts, really, Diddy is just a black Epstein. Diddy is just a black Jeffrey Epstein. So all of the shit that he was doing, coercing people, as bad and sexually depraved as the shit really could have been, of course, none of his allegations is as bad as Jeffrey Epstein. And if you really observe the body language and the energy on each individual, which one do you think was doing worse shit to people? Now, of course, they tell you that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself. That nigga could still be alive somewhere. Why would he not be? Because this whole world government and system works off blackmail and corruption. The elites, the government, the politicians, they work together. Once you start getting voted for and trying to become a politician, then you really is tied in with the elites and you really got to do what they say or they gonna kill your cousin. They gonna fucking kill you if you don't listen to what they say, if you don't follow along with the rules. So with that being the case, with that being the system in place, and there are police and military in the middle point guarding the citizens from the elites, that's really what it is. It's the police and military are not there to protect and serve the citizens. They're there to protect and serve the elites, the governors, the politicians, the president. And then through religion, it also makes you not rebel against your captors, your slavers. So again, it's a lot of gray area in this world. But the one thing that is very black and white is slavery versus freedom. Good versus bad. Right versus wrong. Really, that's what it is. Right versus wrong. And slavery versus freedom. So yes, right now in this world, you are a slave under this governmental wage system, under the police and military. America is a police state, not a banking state, not a gardener state, not an agricultural state, a police state. So all of this shit that you going through and doing and living with in this country is slavery. And if you step outside of the lines, then violence is going to be put upon you. That's called coercion. So all of the shit that Diddy got framed for, as bad as they painted him out to be, he is no different from what the police and military do all around this world. In the worst case scenario. We living in this world. What are you gonna do? You free your mind. You stay strong. You stop fucking picking sides of the actual people that are slaving you, and stop thinking that they are going to make something better happen in your life. No, everything is just here to have the people fighting against each other, have the police and military fighting against the people, and have the elites and governors slowly climbing ranks and battling and fighting against each other to see who gets the influence and win and love and heart of the people. And if you continue to participate in this shit, then you are being manipulated. If you continue to participate in it ignorantly, let me say. So boom, bam, bing. The Diddy documentary. Of course, all they doing is framing him and painting him in a bad light. So they basically saying that he was responsible for the death of Tupac and Biggie. Niggas crying on the documentary because Diddy sexually was assaulting them. Like, come on, man. Why you saying this shit now? Why wasn't this shit coming out before? If Diddy was as bad as they say that he was, Diddy would have been killed. Somebody would have been put their hands on Diddy. There's no way this dude has been moving that protected and unflawed all of these years until now. You saw that he had a deal with the alcohol company. You saw that things went bad in that relationship with the alcohol company. And then they started framing and blackmailing him. The video of him beating Cassie came out a few years ago. But it happened in 2016. So they had this footage. They was sitting on it. They was ready to, at some point, just fucking let it out to the world. Just reveal that Diddy is this monstrous person, because there's already claims and whispers around Hollywood and rich people saying that Diddy is not the person that you want to be hanging around with after dark. So it's already a narrative and an energy being built up about this dude that everybody knowing is aware of. But no matter how sexually deviant, no matter how obsessive, no matter how psychopathic he was, because really he was just a master of the dark triad: narcissism, psychopathy, and Machiavellianism, which everyone else in this world is just trapped in as well. So for Diddy to be a master of it, you only have two options: stay allegiant to the system and the elites, or end up dead or in jail. Essentially, they only divide you through liberal and conservatism, because these are only two states of the mind. Liberal, meaning free. Conservative, tradition, to conserve, to keep the same. So when any side or any field or any battle, any argument, one side, which is usually from their perspective, they are the conservative side, and the other side is the liberal side. One side is trying to conserve their reality, and the other side is trying to liberate at least other people to now look at their reality different. So every battle in this earth is just liberal and conservative. Drake and Kendrick Lamar was just liberal and conservative. I'm sure to most people in America was looking at Drake as the liberal. And we, in America, most people wanted to conserve the energy, the hip hop, the culture, the tradition, saying Drake shouldn't be fucking with 13-year-old young little girls, allegedly. But in India, they marry little girls. And Drake, of course, in Canada, was the conservative side. Everybody in Canada still root and fuck with Drake. Drake looking at all of this shit going on like, what is this new shit? Why is everybody going against me? Let's conserve the old narrative of Drake. So in every situation, every battle, every debate, it is all just liberal versus conservative. It is all just, do you want to conserve what you know? Do you want to conserve your ego? Do you want to conserve the reality that's been here and is standing? Or do you transform to a new liberated reality, a new liberated form of thought and thinking and view? So that's how they get you. That's how they split you. I'm telling you that this is all government slavery, and we're all in a fucking human system rat race. As I was actually looking at the old 1990s footage of Diddy and Biggie and Tupac, I'm like, damn, this shit is all just one big experiment. They put us in these hoods. They give us this crazy, nasty, unhealthy food. the music with extremely menacing vibrations, money, cars, girls, and then having the police, aka the overseers, and then the slave owners, aka the governors and politicians and presidents. And then they got black people, white people, Mexicans, and all cultures in impoverished environments where people gotta live at a higher survival rate. People gotta live and be more aggressive. People gotta live and fucking survive off short-term dopamine and happiness. Music, sex, drugs. And then they give us cell phones and technology and music to reverberate the frequency. It's fucked. It's absolutely fucked, and it's all an experiment. We all in a maze and everybody is running around mad at one another, when you should be looking up at the person that put you in this situation. Of course, we are so far from human freedom, but maybe not, because they say the white population is on an extreme decline. And of course, whenever that race came into existence, a lot of damage, violence, and calamity has been the effect. Y'all stay godlike and stay strong and stay powerful in this crazy game. Control your emotions.